fellow weirdos, it's Vanessa, and today I'm going to be showing you kind of the stuff that I do with my colt Nemo. So keep in mind that I did film this video a long time ago, like a month ago, and I'm just now adding in the voiceover and posting it, so I do different stuff with him now, and he's much better at this stuff. So if you want an update video on kind of how he's doing and the stuff I do with him, please comment that. Okay, so right here I'm picking up his feet and cleaning them, and I do all of his feet, but this is what I did first. He did pull away here, so I just led him around, and then I went and picked up that same foot again and finished picking it out. Okay, so after I was done with that foot, I went and I did his other front foot. I remember this day in particular, our dog had been running around a bit before that and kind of scaring him. We had to go tie up the dog. And so he was kind of jumpy when we were working with him and filming this, so I didn't bother with his back feet. His back feet are harder. I just did both of his front feet, and he was really good with that, so I just left it at that. Okay, so here I had been trying to move him in circles around me, which I'll show you me doing that later in the video, but he was getting kind of pushy, so I backed him up and I turned away from him to release all the pressure. Because horses, their reward is the release of pressure. It's not like a dog where when you reward them, you pet them a bunch and stuff. Horses, they're always seeking for that release. So even looking at them is pressure. So when you're working with the young colt, when they do something right like that, then you like turn around and just take a deep breath and just release all the pressure away from them. Let them think for a couple seconds. And that's what I'm doing again now. And you take a deep breath, which kind of encourages them to take a deep breath. And also when a horse like licks and chews his mouth, that means he learned something. That's him thinking about something and acknowledging it. And then another thing that I do is I'll hold their lead ropes kind of with my thumb facing down and see how little pressure it takes on their halter to make them put their head down. Like put as little pressure as possible on their head and to make them put their head down. And I'll usually do it from both sides. I also usually back them up a bit. So then I brought out a saddle pad and let him sniff it, kind of waved it around in front of him. Then I went and I put it on his back, and he was pretty good about that. I let him kind of sit for a second with it on him, and then I took it off. I let him sniff it, kind of see what I just put on him and taken off, and then I went and I put it on his other side, like put it on from the other side, just to kind of see what he would do. He wasn't so sure about this side. He was kind of focusing on something in the trees, like looking at it, but then he got better. He kind of started focusing on me again and stood nicely this time. Since I had it on him, he was standing good. I went and I led him around a little bit just for him to kind of move underneath it and kind of feel it on his back when he's moving around. So then I stopped him and I backed him up, just kind of let him feel it more. and the different ways that he moves and kind of how it moves with him, and I took it off. Okay, so here what I'm doing is I put the saddle pad on, and then I tried to put my lead rope kind of around his belly and kind of snug it up a little bit like a cinch. He wasn't really paying attention to me. He was still looking at that thing in the trees and just wouldn't stand still. So I tried a couple times, and then I just let him around a bit, got his attention back on me and backed him up. Because a good way to describe this is colts can be like kindergarten kids, pretty much. They're like young kids. They can only properly focus on one thing at a time. So if his focus is on like the thing in the trees, if he's paying attention to that thing over there in the trees, then he's not paying attention to me and what I'm trying to get him to do. And so I just backed him up and kind of let him around and got his attention back to me. So then he's focusing on what I'm asking him and not on what's at the trees. I took all the pressure off him because he did really good. And then I gave him a treat in the bucket so he's not going to get greedy wanting to eat out of my hands all the time. But I ended with the lead rope and the saddle pad because he did really good with that, and I just wanted to end on something that he's good at. And you have to take baby steps with teaching him. You can't teach him everything at once. Also, thank you to my brother for holding Nemo for me and filming sometimes. Him and my other brother share a YouTube channel. It's called Elmer and Kevin. You should go check it out. Anyway, that was all for today. I will see you guys next time. Bye!